Oh, what's up GameLeapers, it's the Jizz, and in today's video, we're going to be looking at rank 1, who has almost 1800 LP, abused one of the most broken champions in the game at the moment because she got buffed that much in 12.4, and this of course is Nico, and the player is MagiFelix, an EU West pro player, so we're going to get into this gameplay, what he does to abuse this champion for free LP, so let's kick off the video. Now, one thing MagiFelix does that all of you should not do at the start of this game in a range versus range matchup is be away from the mid lane as the minions come into this. You want to be in lane auto-attacking as much as possible so you can get to level 2 first. But because MagiFelix isn't actually here, Vex has already secured the push against him, and it's probably also a wise idea to not miss a point-blank Q like this, but we continue. But the question is, has Vex really secured the push? This is what is so broken about Nico now, because your Q is dealing more damage. It's not just great for the poke against the enemy champion, it's also great for wave clearing. So hitting level 2, even if you're not in lane at the start, is pretty much free. So by queuing the range minions and getting these lower in terms of HP, he has a much better chance of hitting that all-important level 2 power spike. Now the trade here with Vex is quite simple, but it's very important when you're trading like this, guys, with Corrupting Potion, to use your Corrupting Potion while the trade is taking place so you get that extra burn damage. So Felix is going to auto-attack twice before queuing, auto-attack again, and then de-aggro the minions by running away from them. But what you see in the next 10 or so seconds relates back to level 1 and Felix not being in the lane as the first minions arrived. This is why Vex is going to hit level 2 first, and in these situations you never want to put yourself in a dangerous position of taking free damage. So Felix standing near his tower is absolutely correct. We want to stay as healthy as possible. If we lose HP, we may get dove, the enemy jungler becomes interested, and you can even see Xin Zhao posturing around the mid lane here, so sit back, let the wave come into you, don't do anything stupid. But speaking of that Xin Zhao, Nico and Viego are about to make a play on him, and this is another advantage of playing Nico, the CC you bring to the party. This allows champions like Viego, Lee Sin, skill shot champions, so Felix rotates around here to the red buff because they see Xin Zhao step over that ward, and then he's going to flash E into the Viego CC, and because Felix timed this before the cannon wave was going to crash into his tower, he can pick up all of these minions, so timing your roams, guys, in relation to the minion wave is very important, and also making sure that that roam is going to reap you the rewards like it does in this case because Xin Zhao is so overextended. Now after clearing this mid wave, we're going to see again why Nico is such a devastating champion in the 2v2 skirmishes. So as Xin Zhao shows on this minion wave and runs down towards the bottom side of the map, Felix is going to take advantage of this by sitting in this brush here and communicating this idea with his Viego, and as soon as he thinks Xin Zhao is kind of in range, he's going to run out of the brush, root the Xin Zhao again, and they get Xin Zhao's flash at the end of this. So Nico, not just in the mid lane in terms of wave clear and poking, but also in terms of these jungle skirmishes, is just such an OP champion because of how much she has been buffed. But when Felix returns to the mid lane, he makes a bit of a mistake here, because in this situation, and you guys will see it in your games, the minion wave is completely screwed. It's in such a bad position, and Vex and Xin Zhao can potentially freeze this, so what you have to do in this situation is what? Well, you have to try clear the enemy minions so your minions can crash into the enemy tower, and it's going to push back to you or reset back to the middle. So Felix, instead of using his Q on the Xin Zhao and these two melee minions, should be using his Q on the range minions and cannon minion, so essentially he's hitting 4 minions and not 2, and this will shove the wave out and allow him to recall in a safe position. But because he does not do this, he puts himself in danger with the Vex and the Xin Zhao who rotates back around, and he almost dies for it. But thankfully, because he's Nico, he's able to escape this situation. But do not run the risk of doing this in your games. Make sure to clear that wave as efficiently as possible. So after basing, Felix is going to return to the mid lane, and at this point in the lane, he's creating a slow push. So in these situations, all you guys should be doing is pretty much last hitting. This means the Vex is going to miss more of your minions because you're allowing the enemy minions to survive as long as they can, so they're dealing damage to your wave at the same time. You don't just want to hard push minion waves that the enemy champion is going to be more than happy to just clean up outside their tower. Now Viego, because of this lane state, it's kind of towards Nico's side of the lane, so he's going to gank it, and you guys might say this is a jungle diff, but Nico Felix is putting himself in a position to capitalize on the Viego gank. So the first thing Nico does is he moves up to the north side of the mid lane here, and because these two champions, Nico and Vex, are almost on like a pendulum type of swing, when Nico moves north, Vex is naturally going to move south, and by doing this, Nico is pushing Vex towards her jungler. So always think about doing this, guys. Try to push the enemy champion based on your own positioning towards the side of the map that your jungler is on. But it's still important to actually execute the gank properly, so if your jungler does have some sort of CC, wait for them to land it. This means that you land a guaranteed E, and therefore a guaranteed Q, and that enemy champion 100% dead. And I don't know if the enemy Xin Zhao was win trading with the Viego, but what happens after this? Felix and Viego are going to get 2 more kills here, so let's see what Felix does to make this happen. Well, first of all, because Nico does not have her E, Xin Zhao, because he's showing intention to deal damage to Viego, is very easy and predictable to hit here, so Felix throws his Q out and both damages land. This deals a lot of damage, and after this it's just about auto-attacking, but you notice here how Felix goes into melee range. This is to make sure that Xin Zhao doesn't run back to his tower so he can stay connected to him if he was to try to run away. This would mean that he can land his E and more auto-attacks and deal the maximum amount of damage. So during the sequence, Xin Zhao dies, Janna dies as well, and Felix uses pretty much all of his abilities when they're off cooldown here, and it's another kill. So you can see how powerful this champion is in terms of these 2v2, 2v3 skirmishes because of the buffs I gave her in 12.4. But what you guys are about to see next is why this champion is super busted. So when we skip to this clip right here, it's going to show you how powerful Neeko can be when you land your E onto your opponent in the mid lane. So Felix here, when he lands this beautiful root onto Vex, is going to press his Q and then his R pretty much at the same time. So what this means, because Vex is going to be rooted for long enough, Neeko pretty much has a guaranteed ultimate, and this is extremely effective against champions you know who don't have flash or don't have any dashes. So Felix deals an insane amount of burst damage to Vex in this situation, and it's important to understand here that even though the Vex doesn't die in this situation, regardless of this, the game for Vex is pretty much unplayable because staying mid lane is way too risky given the fact that Felix has kill pressure, but also Viego and even the enemy support may look mid as well, so staying in this situation is really bad. So she's going to miss minion waves and Neeko can pick up tower plates. It's another way of getting golden experience, so don't always feel pressured, oh I didn't kill them, it's really bad. It's still going to be really good because you're still creating a golden experience lead, which is what a kill is going to give you. But Felix, because he knows Vex is missing those minions, decides to chase and lands a beautiful flash E, but unfortunately just because Vex has a W up, he's not able to pick up the kill, so he misses out. But remember, Vex is still going to miss more because Felix is going to return mid, shoves the minion wave, so Vex is going to miss a few minions here, so he's creating a bigger lead for himself by doing so. So hopefully this early game, guys, shows you the potential Neeko has given the buffs the 200 years of experience balance team have given her in 12.4. So let me know in the comments any questions or thoughts you have, and let me know what you guys think of Neeko so far this patch. She certainly looks like one of the most OP champions, so let me know in the comments. But just before you go, guys, most importantly, being a rank 1 coach, I'm uploading so many VODs at the moment to our website, which are guaranteed to help you improve on the Rift. So whether it's learning a role, whether it's learning how to play a champion properly, along with our other challenger players and coaches, we're uploading up to 20 videos a week. And like I said, these could be champion courses, champion guides, they could be high elo VOD analyses where we break down what the best players in the world do that you guys have to do as well to get to that level. So to get exclusive access to our uploads, make sure you check out the website and sign up. It's an absolute banger of a site and guaranteed OP if you do so. So make sure you check it out. And until tomorrow's daily season 12 upload, make sure to hit that sub button as well. This has been the Jizz or Coach Eggs. Bye.